I am live. Well, shalom, shalom, family. I am happy to be here today. I pray that all of you are doing well. I'm going to try my best not to keep you, but if we get to talking, you know how time flies when you're having fun. Hey, I'm going to try to wait a little bit for folks to come on board because this is a little impromptu. Um, Here in Illinois, we're having a pretty decent day. It was actually a little warm outside today. I had a little bit of a sweater on. What do they call them? Oh, I can't think of what they're called. The long sweaters. It wasn't a cardigan, so to speak. I can't think of it. It'll come to me and then I'll shout it out to you. Shalom, shalom. It's good to see you as well, Dominique. Shalom, shalom. Sharper One, it's good to see you as well. Are you guys doing well? How are you? How are you getting through these days? Is the Heavenly Father, I'm asking this, but I think I already know the answer. Is the Heavenly Father allowing his face to shine on you? Are you blessed and highly favored? There are a lot of folks that are kind of going through it right now. And I'm not knocking them. I pray for them. I pray for everybody. You gardening, Sharper One, good for you. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to get out there and do what I normally do this year because it's the first. Well, I'm not gonna say it's the first year. This is the first time I'm kind of um, splitting my time between my mom's house and my household. And so I don't have as much time as I did in the past to go out and garden. I'm hoping and praying. I haven't been out there yet this season, but I'm hoping and praying that some of my previous plants uh, from the previous seasons, for previous years, are going to start sprouting. You know, I have things like sage that will come up again. My lavender will come up again. My lemon balm will come up again. So things like that. Um, I look forward to going out there and doing a little something with those because what I'll do is the lemon balm, the leaves, I'll take those and dry them out, and that's tea and other, you know, um, a source of ointments and things like that. So, um, food source as well. So medicinal food source and teas, if you will. So some of those things will come up again. What's in your garden, Sharper One? What are you looking forward to harvesting? I think for me, I will miss my tomatoes and my cucumbers. I love my tomatoes and cucumbers because once you garden and you grow your own tomatoes and you grow your own cucumbers, there's nothing like it. The stuff in the supermarkets they pale in comparison to what you grow in the garden yourself. So, um, this video is titled Your True Colors Are Shining Through. And it's kind of interesting. I went out today. I'm not spending the time with my mom today, so I was kind of like, I look at it like this. I was kind of off. Uh, I was kind of taking the time off today to do some things around my household that need to be taken care of. You say you got some of everything in that little yard. That's good. That's good. You got a variety. Anyhow, so I went over to one of my stores, Dollar Tree. Now, I don't know about you guys, but and I'm in an area, and I'm going to show you my shirt in a minute. But I'm in an area that's not crime ridden or anything like that. I mean, it's a fairly decent area. I mean, it's like any other city or town or what have you. It's not a big place, but not a whole lot of crime going on. However, this Dollar Tree happens to be in a mini mart area that is across the street from a um, a motel. Okay, it's not a bad area, but this motel, since we have been we've opened our doors, I'm going to put it this way, since we have opened our borders and we've had an influx of folks coming across the border, even here in my town, there have been folks that have come in, and many of them land over in that motel area because you see a lot of them kind of walking around where you didn't used to see it so much. Now you see a lot of them kind of walking around. Well, apparently, um, I'm not blaming it on them, but things have changed since they have kind of been in the area. Okay, one of those things that's changed is when you go to the Dollar Tree in this particular area, you cannot take a cart out of the store. They've put this big pole on it, and it's to keep you from taking a cart out of the store. Well, I don't know about you, but when I go to a Dollar Tree, I'm prepping. I'm getting things for the house. I'm also getting things for like pantry put aside for our rainy days, right? So I don't get out on a weekly basis. I don't even go shopping on a monthly basis, family. I just, I kind of um space it out quite a bit because I like to just bulk shop, if you will, store it up and only go out when I really need to. Okay. So I was going out to get a few items that we were running low on. Not out of, but running low on. Okay. Shalom, shalom, everyone. And so um I'm in the store. Well, let me say this. Let me go back. So I bought I bought a cart, family, specifically for when I go into places like that. Okay. I bought a cart and I thought it was kind of neat for when I go to the supermarket or if I go to the Dollar Tree. And it really works really well at the Dollar Tree because if I fill their cart up, I have to park it by the door and then go get my vehicle, pull it up front, and then unload like that. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm kind of leaving my bags unattended. I don't like that. Even though the cashier will say, I'll watch it for you. I don't like doing that. And so Mary C saw that there are some carts out there that you can actually buy that have crates that are removable. Okay, so I bought one. Well, family, where did it come from? China. Just about everything else comes from China. So I did my shopping. I'm at the cashier. There is a older Caucasian gentleman behind me, and I'm unloading my cart so that I can put it, so that they can go through the checkout, and the cashier's, doing her thing, and as she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and it's going back in my cart, in my crate. It makes it easier for me to just take it out and put it in the car. And this man that was behind me says to me, "Oh, that's kind of an interesting thing to have." And I said, "It certainly is. It comes in handy." Okay. So he asked me where I got it from. And then he looks at me and he said, "Oh, because he recognized it came from China." And he made a comment about, "Oh, it came from China." There is no shame in my game. I said, when he said, "Oh, it came from China." He said, "So I see you one of them that shops from China. I see you're one of them." And it was just the way he said it. And you know what? Like I said, there's no shame in my game. I said, "I certainly am." And then I looked at him and I said, and he kind of, I think he was thrown off by me saying I certainly am with so much force. And then he kind of, got himself together and he says, well, I, and then he started to stammer. Okay. So I said to him, "I have a challenge for you. I challenge you to go back to your house, your home." And I said, "Check every item that you've got in that house. I guarantee you the good portion, a majority of the things that you have in your home come from China. So you're one of them also." Where else are we getting them from? How many items do you know of that are made in America? And even if the item is made in America, I bet you the parts that makes that item come from China. So give me a break, right? Give me a break. And you know what? See, here's the thing about this. That's why I say your true colors are shining through. It would, from our conversation, I deduced that this man voted a certain way. Okay. He voted a certain way. By his conversation, he let me know he has zero to low tolerance for others, for people who don't look like him, don't dress like him, don't talk like him, others. Little to no tolerance. You know what, this country right now is leading by example. Our leaders are telling the whole entire world that we're not tolerant of others. Our true colors are shining through. They're shining through, not just in the instance with this man. You know, I look at that and I say that I look at a lot of the videos that are out there with people who just don't know how to mind their own business. They don't know the first thing about empathy, sympathy, or how to be nice. But yet they think that they're going to enter into the kingdom. They're not going with us. They're not. The little snide remarks, that snide remarks, whatever you want to call them, that you make to try to belittle someone or to talk down on someone. 9 times out of 10, they don't go unnoticed by the person that you're targeting, and they certainly don't go unnoticed by the Heavenly Father. He sees it all. He does. So, on that note of seeing so many people just go out of their way to be nasty on the internet and in their lives, in their neighborhoods, you know, it's it's a sad day. It really is. I saw a young man, a black young man. I would say that he was probably maybe 17, 16, 17. And I believe it was his first encounter. He had an encounter with racism. This affected him so much. It, hurts my heart. This affected him so much that he was telling the story that he encountered a white person who wasn't very nice to him, called him the N word. And this young man was really, really having a hard time with it. He teared up. He teared up because he said no one should have to deal with this. No one should have to deal with this. The times that we're in right now, every idiot is out of the closet. Every idiot is out of the closet and thinks that there are no um, consequences to what they say and no consequences to what they do. But we're also at a time where they are fooling around and finding out that there are consequences. The enemy is trying so very hard to divide us so that you keep hearing the the echoes of folks saying we're headed towards a race war. We're headed towards a race war. And I can say this about my people. I can say this about my people. For quite some time now, while we've been hearing about the race war that's headed our way, we have been saying we're not going after anybody. We have been saying we're not out to get anybody. We've been saying, we're not looking for a fight. As a matter of fact, we've been saying just the opposite. We said we're going to sit still and let the Heavenly Father fight the battle, right? And yet, they have been throwing everything you can think of in our faces to make us um, become fighting mad. You guys, if you've been on the internet at all, you know that there are some major headlines that are out there that point to the probability of uh, a race igniting a race war. There are several things that are out there right now that I think the powers that be and the wicked ones, the evil ones, were trying their best to use these things to ignite this war, to divide us even more. But let me tell you something about our Heavenly Father. He knows what he's doing, okay? I could go down a list, Dominique. Thank you for saying that. That's just one. Okay. There's a whole list of them. But Dominique says that's why the only refugees now allowed in the US are white South Africans. Is that in your face with bias or not? You know, I'm telling you that the idiots are out of the closet. They don't care who sees them. I mean, we have everybody from, oh my goodness, I don't want to talk about these things to instigate division because I want to try to turn it around a little bit. But you got to recognize it for what it is. You got to recognize the race baits that are out there, baiters that are out there, those that are doing things again to instigate a civil war. Instead of picking right or wrong, folks are choosing to go with race. Instead of choosing good versus evil, people are choosing to go stick with race, even if race is bad or evil, even if race is wrong. That's what I want to say, not bad, evil. But even if the race thing is wrong, they're not making a decision based on right and wrong. They're making a decision based on skin tones. Okay? There is a battle against the the chosen ones. Okay? There is a battle against them. Us, we, but the battle again is not ours. It's not ours. Satan is the master at using, absolutely, at using race. He is the master at using race. But there's something, I'm going to tell you something about what's going on right now. There's only going to be a remnant that's going to go into the kingdom with us. Sad, but it is what it is. I would rather, I'm planning on going into the kingdom. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm planning on getting into the kingdom. And to get into the kingdom, there are certain requirements. We have to meet those requirements, family. We can be hating on folks. Okay. We can't. We can be hating on folks. All right. Uh, the Father says that we are to love him, keep his commandments, right? Love him, keep his commandments. But then we're all supposed to be loving our neighbors as we love ourselves. Am I right? Right? We are. Although I know it's harder to love on the idiots, I pray for them. I pray for them that their hearts, get corrected. I pray for myself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect, and not by a long shot, but I know how to love. I know how to be concerned about others. I will call a spade a spade. I see the racists that are out there. I do. And the racists are not shy anymore, which is a good thing, I think. They're not shy anymore with telling you where they stand. Okay, telling you where they stand. That gentleman that was behind me at the checkout counter today, in his wildest dreams, he would not even imagine that I was able to pick up on his character based on our conversation. A lot of them are just clueless. They would. These are the Karens and the Kens in our nation, in our country. These are the Karens and the Kens who believe that they have the authority to ask you for an ID, even though they're no authoritative figures. Okay, that you don't owe them anything. But these are the ones that feel entitled, that you owe them. They are entitled to tell you where you belong and where you don't belong. They're entitled to and emboldened to tell you, oh, so you're one of them. Yeah, I'm one of them. So are you. So are you. So you're one of them. You shop from China. Yeah, I'm one of them. You're shopping from China too. Only you don't want to admit that you are. And it took them a few minutes for it to sink in. When I said that to him, I challenge you to go home and check the items that you have in your house. I challenge you to find something that says made in USA, made in America. I challenge you. Then he kind of snapped out of it a little bit, and he became wanted to become my buddy at this point. And he, oh well, even in this store, he's goes on to say, oh, even in this store, he said everything's probably made in China. You're right. His true colors were shining through. He has the um, idea that anybody who is different than him is not as good as him. The others. I don't have a beef with China. I don't. As a matter of fact, I look at it like this: China did us all a favor when we got too lazy to do our own work. They stepped up to the plate and did what needs to be done. And then you and I have profited from it. Did it weaken us? Yeah, it did. As a country, yeah, it did. Because we don't make anything here. So that makes us dependent on other nations. And I have always learned that you don't bite the hand that feeds you. And unfortunately, we're at a position right now that China is the one that's feeding us. China is the one that's feeding us our medications, our prescriptions. A lot of them come from overseas. A lot of the parts for anything that has been built, even if they say it was built in America. I saw a auto dealership or auto executive being interviewed, and he was proud to say, "Well, we're in a different position than most car manufacturers because most of our cars are made in the United States." But then, as the interviewer, the reporter, began to dig a little deeper, come to find out that even though you're proud that the you can say that this car is done or manufactured in the United States, where you getting all your parts from? But then it comes down to this: you're no different than the other car dealers or car sellers or whatever you want to call them, because you know what? Your parts come from China. So any way you look at it, the tariffs, this trade war, any way you look at it, we just snubbed the very people who have been feeding us. That makes us look like idiots. This country's true colors are shining through. If the leaders are the example of the people that they're leading, we look like idiots. China's been laughing at us. And you know what? Not just China, the whole entire world has been laughing at us. But I do have some good news. Okay, I do have some good news. I'm over on TikTok the other day. TikTok is still trying to act like it's not my friend. It just does not give me views. Is not sharing any of my posts at all. So I said, oh, you know what? I'll just go over and I go over and I look at some of the videos that some of the folks have out there. And I have to say something um, about my people. We have a gift, the good ones. Okay, we have a gift. This is what the gift is. When we genuinely love or like something or someone, we give it our all. We embrace it fully. We do. And I think that that's a plus that the Heavenly Father put into our DNA. Okay, so that, and it's not everybody that does this. I'm just going to tell you, it's not everybody that does this. There are some folks that are out there that have no empathy, no sympathy, and I'm not talking about the I'm not talking about the beings, demonic beings, the fallen ones. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about human beings. There are some human beings that lack compassion. They lack love. They don't know how to love. They don't love themselves. They're just nasty people. They're nasty people because they were raised in environments where the people that raised them were nasty people. They don't know anything about community. But see, as much as we talk about us, my people, as much as within us, my people, as much as we talk about how we don't get together, we are together. We've always been together. We might go at each other, every now and then, um, but we've always had each other's backs. Not only have we always had each other's backs, we have always reached out to other folks that don't belong in our nation, if you will. I shouldn't say don't belong, that are not part of the family, blood wise or uh, ethnicity. We've always been open to other folks, to our detriment most of the time, but we have been. We've always been like that. If you get invited to my house and you get invited to my kitchen, you can call yourself family. And many of us growing up, there was always neighborhoods that had mama, big mama, had all the kids in the neighborhood at her house. She was feeding them. And if they didn't have clothes, she was putting clothes on their backs. They didn't have to be hers and they didn't have to be the same color as her. This is what we did. This is what we do. This is who we are. Okay? You will be able to tell in these latter days, you will be able to tell who the children of Israel are by our behavior. You will be able to know who we are. I challenge you to look at the folks right now who call themselves the children of Father Yah, the folks that currently call themselves the children of Father Yah, where is their compassion? Where is their heart? Where is their love one for another and one for their neighbors? Where is it at? Where's it at? What are they doing? What are they right now being known for? Not anything nice, not anything good. It's amazing to me. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what I saw on TikTok and what's popular on TikTok now, right now. If you haven't been out there to see it, this is this is this is the story of us, and it's heartwarming. The story of us is this: one of our sisters on TikTok took it upon herself to start a trend, and I'm for it. With as much division that has erupted since the selections, and with as much racism that's flying in the environment every day to further that division, it is heartwarming to see some of us doing some things to change that, to turn it around. And this young sister got on TikTok and did a post. And in this post, she is addressing um, our white cousins who are under the term, and I don't use this in a derogatory way, so please don't be offended by it. But this is what is the hashtag that's out there, and it's the gingers, someone with the red hair, right? Gingers. What this sister has done is she said to these gingers, in essence, if you have red hair, you and you're white, you are really a black man or a black woman. And oh boy, I'm so proud of my people. I'm so proud of my people because they picked up on it and they have been reaching out and embracing every one of the red-headed white men and white women, white girls, and white boys who have come across the feeds, who are touched by the idea of being invited into Black space. So, in a world that's wicked, in a world that's going crazy, in a world that is so divisive and racist, I am seeing brothers and sisters, redheads, coming out in droves, telling their story. They are, and many of them, don't get me wrong, many of them are humorous. Okay, that's just to me, that's just one additional element that shows that we have more in common than we have not in common, because they found a way to joke it, to make it funny, to bring humor into it, in order for us to come together. Okay, and there are those that are making it humorous, and we're all enjoying it, and then there are those who are coming on and they're telling their stories, and they're telling the story of how they have been mistreated because of the red hair, the abuse that they have suffered because of the red hair, the stereotypes. Same thing that we, the children of Israel, have dealt with. Not at the same level, no, but they've dealt with some things nonetheless. And they are on there crying. They are on there just so happy to be included, to be acknowledged. So, you know what? With the world that's going crazy the way it is, this is, I believe, our Heavenly Father's way of saying, you know what? Y'all all my children. Now, mind you, there are those in the Black community that do not like that we have opened the gates up to these people. And the funny thing is, they're saying things like, you know, y'all are quick to invite people to the cookout, and that's a saying. They don't realize that the Heavenly Father's cookout is going to have all kinds of folks in it. You're going to have all kinds of folks attending the cookout that the Heavenly Father does, put together, right? They don't realize that. We can't stay stuck on hate. We can't stay stuck on the skin tone uh, dividing us. It's what you have in here that will keep me from you. It's what you have in here and how you behave is what will make me look at you a certain way. Okay? There is good and bad in every ethnicity. Good and bad in every ethnicity. Unfortunately, the ones with the most power happen to be Caucasian. Unfortunately, a lot of them are just plain out and out nasty. It's something that has been bred into them because of the society that we live in. They have learned to be nasty. They have learned to be not just nasty to us, even though we feel it every day. We're finding out also that they have been nasty to their own that are not like them, i.e., the redheads, the gingers. And they're telling on it. They're telling on them. And don't you know, just like you got some knuckleheads, blacks that are coming out and they're not really for this, you also got a whole lot of white folks that are coming in that don't happen to have red hair, and they're against it. They're against us coming together. And I say this, get over it. I say this to the black ones and I say this to the white ones, get over it. Because when we go to the kingdom, do you all think we all going to look alike? When we get into the kingdom, we're not all going to look alike. And that's by design, by the great designer. So I'm enjoying the just going video. If you have time, go over and look at the gingers being black people. Okay, I don't know how else to tell you to search it, but you'll find them. And just watch some of the videos. Just watch how heartwarming it is on both sides. And again, every now and then you're going to run across one of those who's just either racist, you're going to run across one of those who's just hateful. Every now and then. But the majority of them, in a world that's trying to divide us, it's heartwarming to see us coming together, calling each other's brothers and sisters, calling each other's cousin. Hey, cousin, I see you. And they'll tell a heartbreaking story, and you got brothers and sisters in the comment section lifting them up, telling them, you know what? I see you. You're beautiful. You're my cousin. You're my brother. You're my sister. And them coming out and saying, I've never been so, felt so much warmth, so much love in all my life. This is who we are. This is who we really are. So if you are one of them who says something like, "Oh, you're one of them who feels like you are better than other people because they don't look like you," I feel sorry for you. I do. Because you're not going with us. You are not going with us. Now, on the other hand, I don't know what it is about me attracting folks to talk to me when I go to the store. Folks stop and talk to me all of the time. I don't know what it is about me, right? So I'm in another store because I went to a couple of them today. So I'm in another store, minding my own business, and another gentleman. He happened to be a white guy too, and they were playing some music. I don't know what they were playing. Probably something from the '70s because I think I kind of bobbed my head a little bit because it was one of those kind of songs that one of the classics I think was playing. And he just looks over at me and then he says, and then he starts moving his body like this. And he's like, "I love music." I said, "Yeah, it's a good thing. You know, it's a good thing that'll bring people together. Music is good. I love music too." The man decided to come and give me a hug. Okay. He was so happy and bubbly, and I just love music, and I said, "Yeah, it's a good thing and it'll bring people together." He comes over and he says, "You must like church," and he gave me a hug. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool." So you know what? Here I am in one store, and I have the one man who happens to be white, and then I run into this man who happens to be white, and now both of them, I would say, both are my cousins. The one recognized me as family. The other one did not because I was one of the others. I'm hoping and praying that by the time he left and thought about what he said to me, because like I said, he did shift before I finished getting checked out. He did shift, and he was, trying to be a buddy to me at that point because I'm hoping and praying that he had a chance to reflect on what he said and how he said it, and that not all others, we shouldn't consider all these others, um, although they're different, less than us. The other dude, he was like, "That's my cousin, Here comes my cousin Mary." He recognized me as family. All right. And I recognized him as family. Okay, we cool. We're cool. We got to get over this thing, family. We got to get over this thing. That being said, I am totally, and you know what? Let me say this too. There are folks that are out there. I'm one of those who I don't have any problems with anyone taking pride in how they look. I don't have a problem with that. If you are proud to be Danish, I'll celebrate it with you. If you are proud to be Irish, I'll celebrate it with you. That if you don't mind. If you are proud to be a Nigerian, I'll celebrate it with you. If you're proud to be Filipino, I'll celebrate it with you. Whatever you are, there's nothing wrong with that. God made us all. He made us all different. We should celebrate the differences. We shouldn't be hung up on, you know, uh, you're this and I'm that. We shouldn't be hung up on that. You should take pride in who you are. I'm proud to be a black woman. I know that's the color of a crayon, but I'm proud to be a Negro. I'm proud to be an Israelite. It's who God made me to be. And it doesn't take away from who you are for me to be proud of who I am. I don't understand how people get so hurt by that. If I say I'm proud to be an Israelite and I do it at the detriment of another human being, or if I do it hating another human being, if I say I'm proud to be black and I say that with my whole chest out, and at the same time I am denigrating another race, another ethnicity, how righteous is that? It's not righteous at all. This society has taught us to hate ourselves if you don't fit a certain look. This society has taught us that we are less than if we are certain ethnicities. And don't you know that with the Heavenly Father and the way He set things up, the enemy has told us what is considered the beauty standards, if you will, of this world. The enemy has the power, if you will, has a group of people who've set standards for history, who set standards, I should say, for education, for beauty, for you name it, they've set these standards, right? Thank God. And I don't say this to demean, but I say thank God that the Heavenly Father has a different set of standards. He tells us what is the head will become the tail. What is first will become last. The devil does everything opposite of what the Heavenly Father does. The Father took a people that is beneath every other ethnicity in the world and called them out and said, those are mine and those are the chosen ones. And the world first took it away, tried to erase it, and they're fighting tooth and nail because the Father's waking us up. But look at the people that the Father chose. It's a people that the world would never choose. There's humor in that. Our Heavenly Father has a sense of humor. There is humor in that. He said, I'm going to take the least of these and call them my own. And He's going to turn it around so that those right now that are fighting tooth and nail, every time I see these people on the internet, every time I see them on there spewing their racist rhetoric, I say to myself, oh my goodness, you are in for a rude awakening. Wait till who's going to tell them? Who's going to tell them who we are? Wait till they find out. The very ones that they're denigrating, the very ones that they want to put their knees on their necks, the very ones that they're hating on, the very ones that they think they're superior over, are the ones that the Heavenly Father said, these are mine. These are my chosen ones. You know who is recognizing who we are? Those gingers. They're coming on board. They are coming on board left and right. It's the beginning of a new awakening. It's the beginning of a new awakening. This is part of the Heavenly Father waking folks up. They are grateful to be part of the family. And they are saying they're grateful to be part of the family. Wait till most of them find out who we really are. And they embraced us. Okay? They're embracing us without that full knowledge. Okay? They know there's something different about us and they're actually saying it. They know that there's something different about us, and the gingers are actually out there saying it. So that's one group that the Heavenly Father has pointed his finger at, and He said, "Wake up." They're coming in. They're coming home. They're coming in and they're coming home. So if you're out there and you're listening to me and you're a ginger and you're a white person or a white, considered a white woman or a white man or white girl or a white boy, and you are a ginger and you are a redhead or what have you, you're part of the family. You are part of the family. But I'm going to extend it a little bit more than that. If you recognize our Heavenly Father and you recognize us for who we are, whether you are a brunette and you're white, whether you are another ethnicity and you're not an Israelite, and you recognize that you're not an Israelite and you are a Gentile, you family too. Come on home. But I'm just loving that he's waking up and he's including the gingers right now, and I can see that expanding. But anyways, that's a good thing. So out of the division and the hate that's out there right now with the different headlines of this one went after this one and this one murdered this one and this one, with all of the stuff that's going on, um, it is refreshing to see my brothers and sisters, regardless of your ethnicity. It is refreshing to see that we are starting to turn away from focusing in on the skin tone, and we are starting to focus in more on what's right and what's wrong. I'm seeing it more and more. So they keep pushing a race war. I think that when they get to the point where they want that to pop off, they're going to get a rude awakening in and they're going to find out that we're not at each other like they would like for us to be. They're going to find out that they're more in support of the true Israelites who are from other ethnicities than they originally thought. They're going to find out that we have cousins and that are across the board that have embraced us. Because that's what they want to do. This race war is not about black and white per se. It's about good and evil, and it's about those who are wicked coming after the children of Israel. That's what this is all about. But they're going to find out that the children of Israel is not just the original branch. They're going to find out that the original branch has been joined with those who have been grafted in. That's what's going on right now. Okay. Anyhow, I love you guys. I am sitting here and just coming in. I am proud to say, look at my shirt. Oh, I'm sweating. Having one of my moments, so ignore that part of it. These are cotton, by the way, 100% cotton, and I have these at my shop, so you can come and see them. Come and get yours. Limited stock, so first come, first serve. When it's gone, it's gone. But I've got a bunch of other ones. I have a bunch of other ones. If for you that are out there that are business owners, and you happen to be an Israelite and look like me, you might like this one. Can I get it over to you? You might like that. Like I said, 100% cotton. For those of you who are not as concerned, not that you don't care, because I care just like you do. I look at the trade wars, the tariffs, and things that are going on. I know that coming up, we are going to begin to see more of the shortages in the stores. than we've ever seen beforehand. I think it's going to get a little bit worse than it was during the pandemic, right? So, that being said, it's not that I don't care, it's that I'm unbothered. And how many of you can say the same thing? And the reason why I say that is because we've been taking care of business, and we've been planning for such a time as this. We've been prepping. Ask yourself the question, can you go a week? Can you go 2 weeks? Can you go a month? Can you go 3 months? Can you go 6 months? And not ever have to get in your car and go to the supermarket? Can you survive any of those time frames? If you can survive a week, I challenge you to go out and add more things to your pantry so that you can extend it to 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. This is one of the reasons why I don't go to the supermarket that often. We will survive. We will be okay. There was a time, if you guys, I don't know if they still do the coupon stuff, but this just goes to show you I've been doing this for a while, family. I've been planning for quite some time. I used to get coupons. I used to clip coupons, get Sunday paper and clip coupons for Walgreens, and then just the grocery stores. And was a Dollar General used to have coupons. Any place that I could save a dollar, that's what I would do. So going through one of my closets here, um, I'm going through and I'm looking at toothpaste and um, cleaning products and things like that, where you could clip the coupons. I stocked up and stored a lot of that. So I'm going through and deodorants and things like that. And I just happened to look through and said, okay, you know what? We're good. We're good, but it wouldn't hurt to have a couple more. That's when I go out. When I look at the stockpile that I have and I say, well, you know what? Things are getting a little tight. Maybe it's a time to go out right now and get this, that, and the other. Or I'll look and I'll see somebody's got a sale going on. And if it's something that we can freeze, something that we can, something that we can store up, I go for it. Okay? I go for it. So I'm not bothered. I'm praying that you guys are the same way. I'm not bothered by what's going on right now. The other part of that is this. I'm not bothered because I did take the time to prep, but I'm not bothered because I depend on our Heavenly Father. You know, I think of the woman, the widower with the son. When the prophet was told to go to her when he was hungry, and things were lean for her, very lean. She was going to make her last meal for her and her son, and that was going to be it for them. And this prophet was told to go to her, and he went to her, and she didn't have provisions, for, if you will. She had just enough for that, for her and her son, if you will. But yet she trusted him. She trusted the Heavenly Father to go ahead and to do as she was instructed. It turned out that, I want to say it was the olive oil. I don't know. It was something that she had that they mentioned. It didn't run out. She would use it, and it didn't run out. You guys know the story, right? Shalom, shalom, Annie V. Well, that's the way I look at how we are right now, or at least in my eyes. The Heavenly Father, He is making sure that what we have doesn't run out. Where's your heart at in all of this? I'm seeing other small businesses that are out there like me. And I take joy in supporting other businesses. I take joy in supporting them. So long as the Heavenly Father blesses me, I'm going to bless others. And that's the way I look at it. And I think that's why it never runs out. So, family, if you're not already out there blessing somebody, bless them, because you're blessed to be a blessing. Okay? It's the oil. Okay, thank you, Omibani says, yes, it was the oil. It didn't run out. During this time frame when she was doing what she was doing, instructed to do, the oil didn't run out. Your oil won't run out if you are doing as the Father instructs you to do. I'm still shopping. I don't know about you guys. I know that the world is saying, oh, they're, with the shortages and everything, and with the tariffs and everything, prices are going up. Yes, they are. They are. I experienced it today. Prices are going up, but are they going up so high that the Heavenly Father is not providing for you? I'm unbothered. I am unbothered. So, I'm so unbothered. Let me show you what just came in. I just showed you the one minding my own business one. This one here, this one is a really big one. Let me see if I can find a smaller one. I'm not bothered because I'm trusting the Heavenly Father. I got my stocks. That's not to say that you don't prep and you don't prepare. You still do that, but you trust the Heavenly Father because He will make a way. Where there seems to be no way, He makes a way. Here's another one of my shirts. Unbothered. You see that? Unbothered. I'm loving them. And again, limited supplies are limited. So if you've got an interest in it, get them while you can. I also have, just come out to the shop. Come out to the shop and see what I have. All right. You saw the emailer. Oh, okay. You saw I sent out the mail to promote the shirts. I think it also helps to eat what's in season. It sure does. And then McMoney says the trade war got me working hard in my garden and starting a garden at my mom's. Very good, very good. Honey, how are you finding the time to do it? I have not started anything as far as gardening. I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, well, maybe we can go out. I don't know. She's not able to, get around like that. I'm going to have to see what we can do. I was just, saying that I think I'll miss my tomatoes and my cucumbers for sure. But I believe that the ones that come up every year, they'll probably come through and I'll harvest those. I've got a few herbs. If you have the opportunity, family, to put a garden in somewhere, go ahead and do it while you can. Oh, Ruby, you got your shirt. Thank you, Miss Mary, for my beautiful shirt and wonderful gift. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my business. I appreciate you. Okay, you're at home for a little bit. Uh, I'm home for a couple of weeks before I have to be back in Virginia. Okay, sis. And you did, though. Dominique says she did a garden at her daughter's house. I'm proud of you guys. I really am. Very good. Hasn't been easy. Yeah, I know it hasn't been. My mom is she's doing well. She's doing well. Um, we're able to leave her to her own devices for a little longer than we were beforehand. So that's been a blessing. It really has been a blessing. But she is doing well. She's doing well. Okay, I'm just reading it. Shalom, shalom, Dee Dee. Thank you so much for your contributions. You are blessing. I just want to say that, Dee Dee. You are truly, truly a blessing. So shalom to you, sweet sis. Anyhow, I love you all. I was just trying to make sure because I know as soon as I say, I love you and the goodbyes, if you will, as soon as that happens, I'll go back in there and go in the other room and I'll say, I should have mentioned such and such. So I'm trying to think, what was it? Because I don't know when I'll be back out again. Yes, she is doing well. Thank you, oh McMoney. And I'm glad to hear that yours are too. She is doing well. All right, family. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything else. And along with the shirts, the t-shirts, and these are unisex. Men, women, they're unisex and they come in different sizes. So check this, make sure that I've got a size for you. Again, they come in it's limited supply, but I also have bags and more bags and other items as well. Caps for spring, summer for men, women, you name it. I have it. So um, the Heavenly Father has been good to me, even with this trade war, the tariffs. Um, it hasn't affected me like I have been hearing so many other businesses have been affected by it. It has not hit me like that. And I attribute that to you beautiful people because you support my business, but also I attributed it to the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father, He will never leave us nor forsake us. And He will make provisions for us if we trust in Him. And I totally trust in Him. And I haven't been hurt. I am blessed. And I'm blessed to be a blessing. So I like that too. So anyhow, I love you. I can't think of anything else that I may have forgotten to mention to you. I'm surrounded by merchandise. I really am. Um, I got baskets and bins, and I'm surrounded by stuff. I'm looking down because I've got two bins here and a bin over there. I've got carts over there. Um, and being kept busy trying to inventory everything and make sure that I'm sending out the correct orders to the correct people and just trying to keep everything together. And it has been a blessing. And then also working with my mom, we were able to get her a physical therapist that came in that's been coming in twice a week. So that's been a good thing. So I've been managing her business for her, everything for her, as well as trying to manage here. And I can tell you that Mr. C has stepped up to the plate. Mr. C, I don't know what I'd do without him. He stepped up to the plate and um, he's been the balance and he's been the foundation for keeping me grounded. And I appreciate him. So you guys continue to pray for me and Mr. C, okay? As well as my mom. All right, family. I love you, but know this, our Heavenly Father, He loves you so much more. Shalom, family.